What's up guys, this is Ayskidd and this is some tournament match footage from the recent PlayStation All-Stars Arena Battle Circuit tourney. I'm just going to provide some commentary to help you and myself understand what I'm thinking as a match happens. So we're just going to jump right in, and right away I noticed that my opponent JaPwnda, also known as NoVis, is applying a lot of pressure with run and gun and barrel, as those are very safe options against a character like Dante, who is mostly melee oriented.
This scrub tier Dante.
He also knows the slide is safe against Dante, however I do get a raw punish off of his whiffed magnum because that's very telegraphed and very punishable on whiff. As the match continues, he's relying more on run and gun, and at this point he starts to go into a turtling setup to see if he can build some AP off of zoning. I try to go in and grab him, but he expects the grab and gets a burst combo off of it. He's using the mobility and safety of the slide very well right now. It's very hard for characters like Dante to punish the slide. However, I do manage to set up some Oki, but I screw up the tech chase, which gives him an opportunity to hit me with a barrel and blast me away. However, I do manage to catch him on landing lag from a whiffed attack, and I take the first stock of the match. Here he whiffs a YOLO. I believe he expected me to go into a fireball, but I instead angel dashed, and he expected it too heavily. At this point I try to punish the slide, which I do manage to do, but I screw up the kill confirm, which is really bad, and I just completely wasted a super, which really should have been a stock. So that puts me a little bit behind in meter, but I do still have stock advantage. He's starting to abuse some of Drake's safer tools, but I do manage to get a punish. That really should have been a confirm on my part, but I messed up, and I instead decided to go for an AP burst, which I also messed up. So right now I'm just trying to figure out how to get past some of Drake's really safe tools, because a lot of the things Drake does are safe, especially on melee characters. Especially that slide. As you can see, the slide beats out my jab, and the only way I can touch him is if I punish it, which is a little hard to do with the amount of lag that's happening in the match. Here he tries to go for a turtling setup, which he whiffs because I know it's coming. He's going to go for a YOLO there to try and punish the fireball, but I was close to the ground, which let me be reasonably safe on it and pretty far away. He's using the air mobility from the guns to great advantage, but I do manage to whiff another air attack and I catch him on landing for the second stock of the match. He's going into the turtling setup for zoning again, so I'm going to jump in, but this time I know he's expecting the grab, so I try to do an air combo, and on my screen it actually showed him on the platform up there, so that kind of ruined my Oki setup. I do have a good bit of advantage right now, though, so I'm not too worried about the match in its current state. Here he's going to go for another setup, or I expected him to, but he actually did not. Here he goes for another setup, and I actually thought that I was rolling out of this, but I suppose I messed up, or the game read it as me blocking, so he gets a kill off of that. Drops the combo, but it does give him another hard knockdown setup, which this time I did fall for. I tried to jump dodge out of it, but he got me with a barrel confirm. So we are close in terms of stock, but I'm really far ahead of him in terms of meter, and I really only need one hit on him to take the match at this point, where he needs to get me in some sort of setup. So I'm just going to try and wait out the whiffed air attacks, which I do, and here I go for a safe wallless confirm with fireball into level 2 to take the first match. So now that I've won the first match, he gets to counterpick a stage and a character, and he said that he wants to take me to practice small 1 and that he is going to stay as Drake. What I assume he's going to try and do is use the close corners on practice small 1 to have better advantage with his barrels and his hard knockdown barrel setups. Surprisingly, the small size of the map is helping him quite a bit, but I do manage to set up some Oki from a fireball, but he slides out of it because Drake's slide is so powerful in Wake Up, so I'm going to have to take note of that next time I try and set up Oki. Here I just go for a burst, since at that point in the match I hadn't really decided what I wanted to do for Oki, since his slide beat out most of my normal options. He picks me up on a whiff jab to build some meter here. Tries to go for a YOLO, but I stall him out using my guns. Here I try to catch him in a down tech reset, but instead he techs away, so I don't really get anything from it. I do manage to catch another whiffed air punch thing and get a kill from that, as I did in my previous match. Doing a really good job of playing keep away with the swinging gun, I guess you would call it, and using the barrels and the magnum to keep me on the other side of the map. He's actually not turtling when he zones, which is a good improvement. He's spending a lot more time in the air because he's figured out that I'm less dangerous there, and when I'm getting close he's playing more getaway than just trying to bait out a grab and punish, which is smart because he knows that I know what he would try and do. Here he catches me with the barrel setup, which he should have confirmed off of, but he didn't, but it doesn't matter because he got me anyway with the YOLO. He's just going for more barrels here and trying to play keep away, which is not really the most fun thing to commentate on, but it is a valid strategy. I should have caught the whiffed mag there, considering how punishable it is, but I just messed up. Here I read the jump and I try to set up Oki from fireball this time, since I know slide won't beat it out, but I misspaced it, so he had time to get away. He goes for a couple YOLOs here, which I avoid pretty much by just staying out of range of them. He drops a couple combos here, which is going to put him at less AP than he really needs for the match. And he's making really good use of Drake's safe approach, which I think is kind of a dumb thing for a zoner to have, but whatever. He's not necessarily beating me out, but he's catching me in between whiffed neutral squares, because his attacks have so much priority in startup, and I'm dropping most of my fireball combos, but he does whiff a grab here, so I get what should have been a kill, but I mess up my empty cancel. This match is a lot of me screwing up on execution. He does get a grab here, which puts me into a hard knockdown. I expect him to go for a barrel, but he instead decides to pick up the AP. And here he gets me with a level 2 confirm off of slide, which is one of the few confirms he's done. He prefers setups and YOLOs a lot more, since I guess to him they're more meter efficient. I do manage to punish the slide here, but I whiffed the level 2 confirm, which I'm not really sure how that happened, because it looked like I timed it right, but I suppose I just messed up. So that's really bad for me, because now I'm at stock disadvantage and we have about the same amount of meter, and Drake is just, his supers are a lot better than mine. So I have to be pretty cautious, but instead I am not. I roll too early and he picks me up with a barrel confirm, so he actually takes the second match 3-1. So now I get to counter pick a stage, and since I know he's going to have to stick with Drake, I am actually going to decide to go to Time Station, since I think Time Station will mess up a few of the things he gets from barrel, a few of the juggles he has, some of his kill confirms, and Dante will, the platforms on Time Station will mess Dante up, like certainly, it's not even in question. I believe they will mess up Drake a lot more, since almost all of the BNBs he's been using throughout the match involve some sort of launch or mini launch, and Dante can TOD while staying on the ground the entire time. So I believe it will cause him more of a problem than it will cause me. Alright, so we start off the match, and I believe he's just trying to figure out what he can do. I do manage to punish his grenade launcher, which I actually did not know was punishable. Here I go for a TOD, which I actually screw up. I messed up the meter gain, so I just ended up going for an AP burst. These matches have a lot of me just screwing up on execution, which is why I do considerably poorly in them. But a part of that is just it wasn't my best day for All-Stars, and aside from that, it was just, you know, the nerves of the tournament. So far the stage isn't affecting either of us too much, but the low platforms do help me avoid his random barrels a little bit, his barrel spam. So he's decided to set up turtling on the ledge up here, which is actually a very good idea, because the spacing of the ledge is just right, where my extra range from jab doesn't give me an advantage over his really safe melee. And actually, shorter range melee is a little bit easier to hit when you're on something like ledge, in my opinion. The platforms are messing me up a little bit at this point because I can't catch him on landing as well. Here I almost mess up a kill confirm, but I recover on it after dodging his setup. He whiffs a basic square combo, but I don't pick up on it because I've already whiffed my basic square combo. I'm just using the platforms to kind of stay away from stuff like his barrels and his ground run and gun, and chasing him around on the bottom part. He decides to go up on the ledge again, since he knows he has an advantage up there, and he's using the slide, which is a great move on a ledge like that. I'm surprised he isn't trying to use the lower platforms to do the same thing. But here I actually managed to punish a run and gun by air dodging through the platform. So that gives me the second stock of the match. So I'm at a pretty solid, lead right now, with a 2-stock lead. He's on the platform again, so I'm gonna try and get him to come out of there. He whiffs a super because he messes up the spacing. I'm dropping some combos now. I'm dropping a lot of combos now. Like right there, that really should have been a kill, but I just dropped 3 hits in a row, which is something that a Dante really shouldn't do in a match. But I'm at such a big lead right now, and he just whiffed his super. The mentality just takes a toll on him, and I managed to pick up the last kill from a whiffed air attack anyway. So that last kill will give me the match, and I will be moving on in the tournament.